plaintiff, Crystal Thomas, started dating the defendant 6 years ago, despite the fact that he was a drug dealer. Crystal claims after she had their daughter, their relationship went downhill, and she found text messages from other women in the defendant's phone. Crystal is suing for child support and emotional distress. Defendant LaRon Perry says after he started dating Crystal, he discovered she was crazy. LaRon says Crystal not only hit him with a crowbar, but she also slashed him with a box cutter. LaRon is countersuing for emotional distress.
Start with you.
Well, I met the defendant 6 years ago through mutual friends. He was a drug dealer at the time. I understand what you're going to say.
That impressed you?
No.
So that's a great quality.
No, actually.
I think we're compatible. You're dope fiend?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I was wondering, maybe you were compatible in that way.
Well, my friends wanted to get high, and they knew a guy that
Told
was going to get a little, a little something. They needed a cute girl for a distraction, and they came and got me, baby.
All right.
So there you go.
All right.
Now, we started dealing with each other on the sexual level. I fell in love with the defendant. I will not lie about that.
When did you all start?
6 years ago.
Okay. Go ahead. You fell in love.
I fell in love. He was the type of person that showed me something different other than his occupation. I saw his heart, which I thought it was genuine. But at the time, it was what it was. I was 6 years ago. I was 20, young and dumb. Came up from the country, hit the ground running when I made it to the city. So we decided we're going to go a little further along in our relationship, take it a little bit more serious past what it was, because there was no titles. When we got the title, we had our daughter. Went downhill from there.
What was the title you ultimately came up with?
Boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay.
We put a title on it then, because at first it was just sex.
How long ago did you all decide to put a title on it?
Probably like 4 years ago.
Okay. So for the first 2 years, what did you all call yourself? Sex buddies or something?
It was what it was. We hook up here, hook up there.
Okay.
No
Hook up
names.
buddies.
So I go back to my house, you go back to yours. After we finish doing what we do, boom.
All right. Go ahead.
I had my daughter in a relationship, went downhill. I found out he was...
When did you have your daughter?
I had her April 13, 2012, and I actually had her on his mother's birthday.
All right. All right, now, you're suing him for child support. We'll get to that, but you talk real big about him being in the game. What, it got slow for him? Dope game got slow?
I guess so, because he got cheated.
You didn't know? What do you mean?
Because at first, we wine and dining, movies, dinner.
Did it get slow or you got tricked?
I got tricked.
Oh, okay.
I got tricked. I was naive. I tricked.
You started talking real slick to me a minute ago. I hit the ground running. You were that slick, you wouldn't have got tricked.
I guess he was slicker than I was.
There you go. So you need to stop talking slick, because you ain't slick at all. Go ahead. So April of 2012, you all had a child. Was he working at that time?
No, he received Social Security. He's not working.
Oh, he was getting Social Security.
Right.
Okay. Illness of some sort?
No, sir. I was shot like 10 years ago.
Okay. Disability. That's what I'm saying. Okay. And that's what it's for. All right. Go ahead.
All right, we had our daughter and went downhill. I looked in his phone, saw text messages from different females. As far as his occupation, he says, okay, I have to deal with females. So, of course, went in one ear and out the other. Like I said, I fell in love with this man.
Did you tell him he's not dealing very well because you're not giving me any money?
He's not dealing well now because I ain't getting anything. You're right.
Okay. Did you tell him that? Did you? You should have reminded him, hey, you ain't playing the game right. Something wrong with your game.
But I guess he decided, hey, I already got her. I ain't worried about her. I can be cheap with her. She ain't going nowhere. But he's fooled now because we are where we are today.
Okay. Let me hear from you. Give me some background, sir.
First of all, it started like she said 6 years ago. It was just supposed to really just been a one-night thing. Mm-hmm. Then it ended up being more. I ended up starting to take care of her oldest daughter, let her drive my car to work, and she was staying because she had nowhere to go. So she was staying with me. I'm watching her other daughter. And, buying Pampers, formula, and all this for her. Mm-hmm. As the years go by, we decided to, make it a more efficient.
Yeah, dope, man, and all you can get is Pampers?
No, I actually took care of the child, period.
Okay.
I mean, from clothes to everything.
Well, you've pointed out the Pampers. And
I took care of that child.
All right.
So as the year went on, we made it official, my daughter, she got pregnant with my daughter, so we moved in together. And after that, that's when I found out she was just crazy.
How so? What was crazy about her?
I mean, I can go on and on and on.
Just give me a couple examples.
2 examples. It was one time, we had split up like 2 years ago. And I was at my homeboy house at about 2 o'clock in the morning. We heard somebody outdoors. So me and him go outside and we walk around the house. I come back to the front yard. Crystal jumped from the side of the porch and hit me in the head with a crowbar.
Why? Have you figured out why yet?
Hey, she crazy.
I mean, but she had to accuse you of something when she did
But we
that.
was not together. She figured out
understand.
with another female.
Okay. What else? Give me the second example.
Did another incident when I took her to my cousin's wedding. And she, we was not together. We just rolled up there together. And I'm in the house asleep, and she going through my phone. So I'm outside in the garage. Crystal walks outside and cuts me with a box cutter. But I mean, she walked past me, cut me, jumped in her truck, and got in the
Chicago? Where you from?
I'm from Keogh, Arkansas. I'm not from Chicago.
You used to visit a lot?
No, I've never been here. This is my first time.
Where you learn how to cut your men so quick?
I guess I learned it from him. He cut me quick.
Let me hear about that.
Okay.
There's no more games than this. What happened?
Now, as far as him saying I jumped out from the side of the porch and hitting him in the head, he was abusive, emotionally and physical. So don't let him put on that little story like he was just innocent.
Tell me about it.
Now, that incident, we were together. I caught him at his friend's house with a girl. I confronted him. He yelled at me, I yelled back. He pushed me, I pushed him back. He football tackled me, and I picked up an object and I hit him in the head with it to defend myself. I feel like I don't put my hands on you, don't touch me.
Police get involved?
I have no idea because I was never arrested, no police report.
You would know then. You would know if they got involved.
The drug dealer at the time. I understand what you're going to say.
Impressed you?
No.
So that's a great quality.
No, actually.
I think we're compatible. You dope fiend?
No, I'm not.
Plaintiff Crystal Thomas is suing her ex-boyfriend, who claims Crystal not only slashed him with a box cutter, but also hit him with a crowbar.
All these are your emotional distress claims?
My emotional distress claims because we were still dealing with each other. We were having sex, and I ended up getting pregnant twice at the end of the year.
Ma'am, I care nothing about that. All you keep trying to talk about is this emotional nonsense when this man has been going upside your head. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
Now, what else has he done?
When I was pregnant with my daughter, and I was 6 months, he sat on my stomach and he choked me.
When?
2011.
Okay. Did the police get involved
No.
then?
I loved him. I didn't want to see him locked up.
All right. Good enough. Anything since then?
No.
Okay, good. All right, let's get to the child support you're suing about.
As far as the
Let me allow him to answer those two allegations. I'm sorry.
None of that's true. None of that's true. Crystal just, from the crowbar incident, I never called the police because she was my baby mama.
How about choking her? She said you sat on her and
I ain't never did none of that.
He's lying.
All right.
I ain't do none of that.
Yes, he did.
Crystal,
You have any way to prove it?
No, I do not.
Okay, and he said he didn't do it. Now, unpaid child support. Tell me about that.
Unpaid child support. Now, in 2011, I went and filed for child support. I finally was like, you know what, this is too much. Our relationship is toxic. I have to find a way to take care of my child, and he was not helping me. Now, I filed then, and then in 2012, it got picked back up because I guess it was just lingering at the child support office where I'm from. So whenever they picked it back up, they made a judgment in August of what I was supposed to receive. And they gave me a date which I was supposed to receive my first payments. I never received anything. I called back to the child support office to see what was going on because, like I said, he was a Social Security recipient. They said they sent a letter to the Social Security office, and they informed me when I went down there in person that because of his type of Social Security, my daughter does not qualify for a benefit, and he is not obligated to pay child support, even though he has other means of income, which I feel like he should be helping me with my child, even if me and him are the way that we are. My daughter has nothing to do with it.
Okay, and you have the arrears?
Yes, I do.
Sir, what do you want to tell me?
I'm not disputing that I owe her. It's the point that she plays so much with the system that she'll call one day and put me on child support, then take me off. If we ain't in good terms, then she gonna go to the child support people. But I
Well,
give Crystal.
you need to stay in good terms.
No,
What she tell you to do?
It really ain't worth it because Crystal get more money a week than what child support wanted me to pay her in the first place. I take care of both.
She gets it from you?
Yeah.
No.
Money from me.
That's not true. I get money from his mother. I don't get it from him.
My child Langston don't want for nothing. She gets everything.
From his
Well,
mother.
let me give you some insight. And I say this all the time. I say this to the young guys I meet. I say this from the bench. Men think they're getting away with something, or they don't want the women to put them on child support through the courts because somehow they feel that will cause them to be responsible for the child through the courts for 18 years. When you pay on the side, when you give her all this money every week, and I take care of my child, I give her money every week. I give her more than they even asking for. Yeah, so I don't know why they put me on child support. You playing yourself. Y'all ain't playing nobody but yourself. 3 years, I take care of mine. Then they go to court and say, y'all ain't gave me a dime. Boom.
There it is.
Just like she here today. They ain't gave me a dime. So it's better for you all to go through the courts. So whatever money you given to take care of your child, you get credit for it. Because even if you come to the court with receipts, the court can say, this is not child support that was ordered. No, you have to go with this child support order. We are going to determine your income and assign an amount that you'll have to pay. And that wasn't done. This giving her money on your own, we're not going to even consider that. Tell him thank you.
Thank you.
Because it was a gift. Now, thank you, but let's get to the business at hand. And the business at hand is that the courts have granted a judgment in the amount of $893. And the other amount is for the emotional stress for him attacking you.
Right.
All right, the ones you didn't file a police report for.
Right.
The ones that he denies happening.
Right.
All right, good enough. Your counterclaim for $5,000 for emotional distress. How does she owe you?
From the crowbar incident, you know, me and Crystal ain't been together for like 2 years.
All right.
He got that. He told me.
But she steady, you know, like from the crowbar incident, then and then the Texas situation was crazy because that was my witness here for.
All right.
And she knew we was not together, but she steady wanted to go through my phone. And,
All right.
You know, from me having to go in the ambulance.
So far, you want $5,000 because she went through your phone, and what else?
My medical bill from when she cut me in Texas and I had to catch the ambulance all the way to.
Okay, can you prove that it wasn't in self-defense? She says it was self-defense.
I got my witness here to prove that. No, I didn't do nothing. And
Your witness can prove that you did nothing?
I did nothing to her. She went through my phone, decided she wanted to cut me.
Let's hear your witness. You were there?
Yes, sir.
State your name.
Hi, my name is Shamianka Hood. I'm his cousin.
All right.
We was at it's my brother's wedding in Texas, and she went through his phone, seen a naked picture of Dad down in his phone, and then came out there in the garage and showed me. Then she said she was gonna go back in there and wake him up, asked him what it was. She went back in there. They got to arguing. LaRon came outside in the garage and sat down. She came behind him, steady arguing with him. She told him because of her finding a picture in his phone, he had to take her shopping. He told her no. She got mad. He tried to smoke a cigarette. She kept knocking it out of his hand. So he got up, took off running. She chased him. He came back in the garage. He sat down. She came up. He was sitting down like this, and she came up, did like this, went the first time like that, didn't nothing happen, and then she did it again, and then his arm sliced open. I called 911 and asked her, I was like, Crystal, I know you just didn't do that. I know you just didn't do that. She jumped in her truck and she left and went back to Arkansas. That's it.
I believe you. Can you convince me otherwise? Or can your witness convince me otherwise? Even if you come to the court with receipts, the court can say, this is not child support that was ordered. We're not going to even consider that. Tell him thank you.
Thank you.
Because it was a gift.
Plaintiff Crystal Thomas is suing her ex-boyfriend, who claims Crystal not only slashed him with a box cutter, but also hit him with a crowbar.
She's an eyewitness to it. She sounds convincing.
She's an eyewitness to it. She sounds convinced. Like she said the first time when I tried to cut him, it didn't do anything because I was like, I was playing with it, trying to scare him because I was
You were
upset.
playing with a knife,
the
trying to scare him.
Accidentally, yes, it did cut him.
Okay, good enough. All right, so I'm going to, sir, stand back up. All right, I'm going to grant you for the assault with a deadly weapon. Going to grant you $5,000. I have to go by the law, ma'am. All this emotion, I can't get involved in all that. You getting jumped on as you claim and not calling the police, him saying, no, he was a victim. You've admitted to cutting him, and I have an eyewitness who saw it happen. So I'm going to grant him his judgment for that. That's an assault with a deadly weapon. So he's entitled to some money. You're lucky he didn't prosecute you and send you to jail. I'll grant you your child support for $893. And that's what you ladies get for playing with these guys. Playing with guys who you think are no good, know they're no good, know they got women. You go and chase them down, look in their phone, you find out they got women, now you want to cut him and go to jail. If you knew he was no good, then don't track him down. Because you know if you track him down and find him with a woman, you're going to cut him. And then you're going to jail. And then you're involved with a drug dealer who you think is supposed to pay, and then when the drug game falls, then he can't pay you, can't take care of the kids. $5,000 for the defendant. $893 for the plaintiff.
There's no relationship. It's over. It's done. The judge made his ruling. When we get back to Arkansas, it is what it is.
I'm just going to continue what I've been doing, taking care of my child, and it is, she can move on.